Hello, coffee connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Coffee Snob Reviews. I'm your host, the Coffee Snob, and today I am very excited to be reviewing the 6-bean Espresso Homestead Roast by Wrangler Coffee. Let's go! But before we get started, I want to give a big shout out and thank you to my friends at Wrangler Coffee for hooking me up with some coffee, as well as some really awesome merchandise. They sent me this mug as well as this hoodie so that I can properly represent one of my favorite coffee companies the next time I review their coffee. And as far as I'm concerned, it has been long overdue for me to review some more of their coffee, so what do you say we get on into it? Now, like I said, I'm doing the 6-bean Espresso Homestead Roast. I'm extremely excited for it because espresso roasts are kind of my favorite. They're kind of more of my favorite dark roast because of the very distinct and unique taste that they give. And because I was extremely impressed with the quality of the coffee the last time that I reviewed Wrangler Coffee, I'm extremely excited to try an espresso roast by them. I can smell this coffee from here, and let me just say, it smells absolutely incredible. This smells like it is going to be a phenomenal espresso roast. I absolutely love the distinct scent as well as flavor that an espresso roast gives. It is definitely my favorite kind of dark roast. And honestly, an espresso roast is exactly what I need in my life right now, as well as some Wrangler coffee. As much as I could sit here and smell this coffee all day, and believe me, I would much rather go get this brewing so we can fill this amazing mug with this amazing coffee. While we wait for the coffee to brew, I want to talk to you a little bit about Wrangler Coffee Company. For every order, Wrangler Coffee Company automatically donates $1 to the EQUUS Foundation. If you don't know what that is, the EQUUS Foundation is the only national animal welfare charity in the United States 100% dedicated to safeguarding the comfort and dignity of America's horses. As an animal lover, I think that's amazing, and it's one of the reasons, outside of the outstanding quality, that Wrangler Coffee is one of my favorite companies. So if you're an animal lover like I am, Wrangler Coffee is a company that you can feel good about ordering from. Wrangler Coffee states on their website that their mission is to fuel their customers with freshly roasted specialty coffee that will give them a smooth taste of the Old West in every cup. So I'm going to go get myself a cup, and like they say on their website, I'm going to cowboy up. And with that being said, I just heard the coffee maker beep, which means coffee's ready. Would you like to say hi to our friends at Wrangler, Zelda? Zelda says hi. So I'm back. This is taste number 1, unsweetened. Oh, that smells amazing. It smells like a good espresso roast. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is what I've needed. This has the really good traditional, rich and bold yet smooth flavor of an espresso roast. And for being a dark roast, there's not much bitterness or acidity to this. This is a really good espresso roast. If you are considering trying a dark roast, if you are new to dark roast coffee and you're curious about trying one, I would definitely recommend the Wrangler Espresso Roast. It will steer you in the right way down what a good dark roast coffee should be. I really appreciate how bold yet smooth this coffee is. This coffee has a great body to it. And like I said, surprisingly light, not much acidity. This is just a very good cup of coffee. And to be totally honest with you, based off of my prior experiences with Wrangler Coffee as a company, I'm not surprised that I'm enjoying this espresso roast as much as I am. This lives up to what my expectations for this espresso roast were going to be. Now, you may be wondering what sets aside an espresso roast from a traditional dark roast. When an espresso roast is being roasted, it's roasted past the second crack. What that does is it draws out the oil of the bean and it actually reduces the acidity. And this is why espresso roasts are my personal favorite kind of dark roast. You get all of the boldness of a dark roast. You get that great flavor of a dark roast, but you don't get anywhere near quite the acidity of a dark roast. And naturally, without that acidity, you don't get much bitterness. This is an amazing espresso roast. Kudos to my friends at Wrangler for another great coffee. So now I'm curious, I'm going to go try this coffee with a little bit of an artificial sweetener in it and see how it changes the dynamic of the actual coffee. So we're back. This is taste number 2. I have 2 spoonfuls of artificial sweetener, sugar substitute in this coffee. Let's give it a taste. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Okay. So I'm surprised. I really like how this changes the coffee. Personally, I like it better without any kind of sweetener in it. That's just me. That's just my preference. But what I like about what the sweetener does to this is it takes a little bit away from the boldness of the coffee and it just gives it a smoother body while maintaining generally the same flavor that the coffee had prior to sweetening it. And because it maintains roughly about the same flavor, only just a little bit more smooth, that's why I actually don't necessarily mind it with the sugar substitute in this coffee. But naturally, I prefer it without any kind of sweetener. We're all a little bit of a coffee snob in our own way. We all prefer coffee the way that we prefer coffee, and I like mine unsweetened. It's kind of just how I've always been. But guys, that's about all the time that I have today for coffee review videos, unfortunately. Thank you all very much for taking the time to watch this video. It's good to be back. Thank you again to my friends at Wrangler Coffee. This video was long overdue if you ask me, and I look forward to the next Wrangler Coffee review that I do. Thank you again to my friends at Wrangler for the awesome merch. I really appreciate it. It really pulled this video together. And I really do recommend Wrangler Coffee. I really do recommend this espresso roast, especially if you're curious about trying a dark roast coffee, but you're newer to dark roast coffee and you're not really sure where to begin. This is a good coffee to try for a first dark roast. And before we go, I also want to say welcome and thank you to everybody who subscribed to the channel while I was inactive. It really is great to have you here. So thank you guys again, and hopefully I will see you on the next one. Peace out, guys. And you're not really sure where to begin, this is good where. And because I was extremely impressed with the quality of the coffee the last time that I reviewed. Would you like to smell the coffee? What do you think? Does it smell good? I can't make up my mind where I want the bag. I'm trying to display everything and I'm looking at this screen and I'm like, there's too much going on here. This coffee sure does put the yee in yeehaw. But guys, that's about gonna... what? That's gonna what? It's been a while since I've actually recorded a coffee video. Life kind of came at me hard. I was actually a little bit nervous sitting down to record this video, weirdly enough. And then I didn't trip over my words as much as I thought I was going to, weirdly enough, but I still did a little bit. It is what it is. At least we get bloopers out of it. When I need a coffee to help me giddy up and go, my go-to is Wrangler Coffee. What do you call a happy cowboy? A jolly rancher. And this jolly rancher is going to be hitting the old dusty trail. So long now, folks.